Hi there, this is Datila, and welcome to the TNAIW GoGo Power Rankings show. As always, I'm joined by my two co-hosts. First, to my right, the star of the show, and he allegedly has no relation to Steve Maclin, the one and only Burt Maclin.
How's it going?
And to my left, oh wait, where's Lucha?
Where is he?
Yeah, where is Lucha? Lucha?
Yeah.
There he is.
I'm trying to be number one.
You are number one.
I'm trying to be number one in next week's power ranking, so I'm just standing by the entrance.
All right, well, please help me welcome the godfather of the power rankings, Lucha.
I better be number one on next week's power rankings.
Okay, you heard committee. Committee, you heard loud and clear. Lucha better be number one. All right, so as we are on the road to Multiverse United, who do you guys think is going to make the power rankings this week?
The one who stands in front of the entrance. And that's all they do.
Well, to me, I want to see the best thing on the show, which is the Bullet Club. They should be somewhere near the top 10. And if they're not, I'm going to be angry. I mean, they're the top 5. And if they're not, I'm going to be angry.
Fair point. I honestly would be surprised to see Mickie James on this week's power rankings just because she only came out in the backstage segment with Tommy Dreamer.
Yeah.
But I get it. She is our Knockouts World Champion. So what about you, Lucha?
I'm looking forward to seeing my lighter on the power rankings. No. I mean, we do have new champions, do we not?
We do.
Yeah,
so
we do.
I'm interested into seeing how much love the committee gave our new champions, our new Knockouts World Tag Team Champions, the Coven.
I definitely do want to see where they rank. All right, but before we get into
they haven't even had 2 matches together, right? This is their first match as a tag team.
Yeah.
Granted, that is an impressive feat. Win the straps on your first match as a tag team, but we'll see where they land.
Definitely. But with that being said, Burt, how do you join the Power Rankings Committee?
Yeah, how you do that shit?
With that being said, Burt, how do you join the Power Rankings Committee?
Yeah, how you do that shit?
All you gotta do is message me on Twitter. You'll see the link above. Message me and we'll get you in there.
Well said, you guys. Make sure you follow Burt wherever his link handle is.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. With that being said, let's do the Power Rankings. Number 10, Digital Media Champion Joe Henry. Number 9, Jay Vidal with Giselle Shaw and Savannah Evans. Number 8, French-Canadian Frankenstein PCO. Number 7, Eddie Edwards and Kenny King King. Number 6, World Champion Mickie James. Number 5, Jonathan Gresham and Mike Bailey. Number 4, World Champion Josh Alexander. Number 3, Tag Team Champions, The Bullet Club. Number 2, New Tag Team Champions, The Coven. Number 1 contender, Steve Maclin. Okay, wow, this is an interesting list of power rankings. Some of these people I was not expecting to see on here, honestly. And let me start off with number 9, Jay Vidal. Don't get me wrong, I like Jay Vidal, but there's an asterisk behind his victory, okay? Asterisk. Johnny Swinger was this close, you hear me? This close of getting a victory.
In far as having an asterisk, I don't believe in that term when it comes to heels because heels are supposed to work smarter, not harder. You know what I mean? I don't want my heels going out there getting clean pins because if that would make them a baby face. So I don't have a problem with Jai Vidal getting the win. I also don't have a problem with him being number 9 just for the simple fact that this was his first match. He looked impressive. I like the character. I like the whole package of Giselle, Jai Vidal, and Savannah Evans. So number 9 is fine with me. It doesn't hurt. I don't think this week. You know what I mean? There's been bigger snubs. So this is fine with me. It doesn't bother me.
Lucha?
Damn shame. I can't even be mad at this one because this is where I put him at on mine as well. So because for everything that Burt just said, you know what I'm saying, like he looked real good in this showing against the Swingman, and just not just anybody can beat the Swingman, Daddy. Like you got to be like really good to beat the Swingman. So I'm cool with him being at number 9. That's where I put him. You know what I'm saying? So good shit, Jay Vidal. I like it.
And like I said, I do like Jay Vidal, and he did have an incredible showing. I think this is his first official match under the Impact as a signed Impact wrestler, but I believe he's had other matches before he was signed to Impact.
Yeah, didn't Steve Maclin squash him back in the day?
Yeah, I think he did. I think it was in 2021 when they were in Bound for Glory, I think.
When they were in Vegas time before.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I do see Jay Vidal becoming, digital media champion at some point.
Okay. I'll give him that. And even a challenge for the X belt in the future, because I feel he has he has the skill set to really like surprise some people, especially in a championship type atmosphere. So I don't see like big things, but I do see good things from my man Jay Vidal.
Definitely. He's got a bright future ahead of him. I want to ask you guys your opinion on two people, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Number 6 world champion Mickie James and number 4 world champion Josh Alexander. Mickie James only had a backstage segment with Tommy Dreamer, and she is our Knockouts champion. However, Josh Alexander is our world champion. He was in the main event, but once again, Josh Alexander failed to lead his team to victory. Team Josh failed. So would you switch these two around, or how would you do it?
Why is it even a discussion? Of course I would switch them around.
Agreed. Because Mickie was only in a segment, but hey, Mickie did what she was supposed to do, and that was represent. Who didn't seem to do what they were supposed to do, Mr. Alexander. So I'm with that completely. And also, just go back to the Jay Vidal thing real quick, because I just thought of this. I wouldn't put an asterisk by his victory or his spot at number 9 either, just based off of like, say, college basketball, the number 12 team.
Listen, I don't understand your college basketball references, okay?
You may not, but the people, them, they do.
I get it.
So as long as I reach one, I can teach one. But number 12 team in the nation loses to or wins a game they honestly should have won, but it was because of shitty refereeing. You don't give them the dub and an asterisk on that. Like, it's shitty refereeing, but that's just the nature of the beast. That's just the name of the game. Just like in wrestling, Jay Vidal, he plays for the heel side. So of course he's got to do heel like things, which is get dubs at it by any means necessary.
Okay. You guys have anything more to say about Josh and Mickie, or
no?
Nah. Most of my ammo is saved for higher up on the
exactly. I have something else I would rather go at.
Okay. But I definitely do agree with you guys. I think that they should have switched positions here, just because, again, like I said, Josh failed to lead his team to victory. This is the third time, I think, that Team Josh has lost? Third or second time?
What happens if Team Josh loses at Sacrifice?
Ooh.
Dun, dun, dun. The committee won't have the grapefruits to not put Josh in the top 10 at all if he loses at Sacrifice, though. They won't kill the streak at 52 weeks, which I believe the post-Sacrifice rankings would be his 52nd consecutive week on the rankings.
If Josh loses at Sacrifice, there's no way I can justify putting him past like top 4 for me.
Yeah, same. I couldn't justify that.
His champion gets him top 5, but
I mean, I get it. I understand. And I was just like, agreeing with y'all like not 48 seconds ago, but also in the same breath, it's not like Josh ate the pin. So should he be penalized in that regard? Like just because he didn't have control over another man's ability to not be soft.
Let me put it to you this way. He's the captain, and captains go down with their team.
When you're right, you're for sure not left. So
if he was captain of his team and his team let him down, so he went down with his team.
I got nothing against what you just said. You shut me up.
All right. So here's another one. And I think these two deserve to be switched. Or as much as I like Steve Maclin, I don't know how I feel about him taking the number 1 spot this week.
Wait. Who would you switch him with then?
Well, this is a tough one. It's either number 3 tag team champions Bullet Club or number 2 the new tag team champions the Covenant. You know, because the Bullet Club did get a big victory over Team Josh Alexander in the main event, but the Covenant are our new Knockout Tag Team Champions.
Okay, this is where I wanted to let off some. Can I go, please?
You want the big screen? Do you want the big screen?
No. I don't. No.
You don't want
First
the rant from 5,000?
I don't need it. I would just leave Steve Maclin alone because I have no problem with him being number 1 because he's the reason that Josh's team lost. Steve Maclin also had a win against Heath. My aggression is not anger is not mad at Steve Maclin. I don't want the Covenant number 2 to me. Bothers me. And this is why. It's because there seems to be a fascination with the new when people are ranking. And they won the belts. Yes. There is no way. And I like Kylan King a lot. She's got a bright future. And Taylor Wilde is a legend. I'm fine. But there's no way that they should be ahead of the Bullet Club. I don't like to mention other companies unless we're working with them. But I'm just gonna. There's some wrestling over on TNT and TBS, and they have got a few guys, a few people they refer to as the 4 pillars. Well, Ace Austin and Chris Bay are Impact's version, or 2 of Impact's version of that same thing. And not only that, they're representing the greatest faction. I said it, the greatest faction in all of wrestling of all time, the Bullet Club. Look at the people who have been in that group, like. They're like if wrestling as a whole is a Hall of Fame, they're like the dream team of factions. Like look at the people who are like in that group: Kenny Omega, Finn Balor, the Young Bucks. I can go Adam Cole, Cody Rhodes. Like I can keep going on. Jay White, Ace Austin, and Chris Bay. I wouldn't even have a problem with Bullet Club being number 1, but Steve Maclin, I'm fine with that. You could even put Bullet Club number 1, but there's no way, especially for all what I just said, that they should be below the Coven. They are 2 of like the cornerstones of Impact, representing a faction that is part of wrestling history the last like 10 years. So I don't get it.
Nice rant, Bert. Nice rant. And I do have to agree with you because the Bullet Club, you know, like you said, Ace Austin and Chris Bay are the pillars of Impact. I would say you could even throw Josh in there too. So,
I would say Josh has already established himself. He's a little older, especially with the North. He's on a world record title reign. I would almost put maybe a Mike Bailey. He's a little younger, and I think Impact has great things. I mean, and obviously Trey, Ace, and Chris to me are 3 guys that for the next 10 years in Impact are the future. There are people who you're going to say are your guys are going to be headlining shows. They're going to be in your big factions. You know, I mean, they're big feuds. They're big storylines. But right now, I'm talking about Ace and Chris. But right now, I just think that everything that they're doing is just so great, and I don't think they get enough love, and especially the countdown or outside of wrestling, like on Twitter, anything like that. But yeah, for this week, they should be number 1, or at least ahead of the Coven. Lucha, do you have anything?
Wow, Bert, like making great points.
Yeah, and all that's all fine and dandy, but fuck all that. Here. Right here is where shit matters. All right, we're gonna go through everything. We already talked about number 4, Josh, being a part of a losing team, but he was the world champ and he didn't eat the pin. So there, I guess, is a case for him to be number 3. I mean, number 4. Number 3, Bullet Club. Where was Bullet Club at last week? When they're like number 5?
I think 5 or 4. Yeah, I think
somewhere around there. Who got a victory over Josh, who we know was on the Power Rankings last week. And wasn't Frankie and Rich on the Power Rankings last week as well?
Yes, I believe so.
All right, so Bullet Club defeating 2 people who were ranked last week. All right, got you. The Coven have had a grand total of 1 match together. Yeah, they won the straps in that 1 match. That's really impressive. But when it comes to these Power Rankings, though, that don't mean shit to me either, because you've only won 1 match for the titles. I don't understand how they're at number 2. Steve Maclin, you saw what Steve Maclin did to win number one. He went and sat by the entrance, and he had a match. He beat Heath, right?
And he cut a promo too. He was all over the show.
Okay, let's go back to last week's episode. We were talking about how Heath and Rhino should have been on the ranks because they got a win. Well, Rhino got a win for the squad, and he got the same amount of points as someone who lost their match got. So the disrespect to Heath and Rhino is already there, and it's already been predetermined and established by the committee that Heath and Rhino don't mean anything. There's no value in what they do. You know what I'm saying?
I don't like that.
No matter what they do. So how on Scott D'Amore's 6-sided ring is Steve Maclin number one after beating somebody who the committee didn't even value in the first place?
The only reason I would say is for what I said is because I think that not only was he all over the show previous to that, he got a win, and I do value Heath and Rhino. You beat one half of the tag team champs. He didn't beat a scrub. You know what I'm saying? He beat Heath. Heath is he's an upper mid Carter in this company. But for me, I think it's because obviously they've been playing, but Steve more and more every week is getting in Josh's head. And I'm not saying he's the reason they lost, because again, it's Asos and Chris Bay, two of the best. But I think that more and more every week, we're going to see the interactions with Josh and Steve being more and more. We're going to see more of them, and they're going to be more and more tense. And I think it's going to keep evolving until their match. I could honestly see Steve Maclin maybe costing him his match at Josh's match at Sacrifice. So, but you're right. I would not have him number one. I don't have a problem with him not being number one. You make great points. Again, I think the Bullet Club should be number one. That's my opinion. But I have no problem with what you're saying. Shouldn't be number one. Because at the end of the day, if we're going off the way the committee votes, they don't value Heath and Rhino last week, but they're valuing. So what is it? So I do agree with you in some degree.
And does nobody appreciate the beauty that is Champagne Singh, also known as the Raj? If you smell what the Raj is cooking,
I'm not.
This committee gives love to BTI. That's been they've already made that known. They give love to BTI matches. They count almost the same as regular Impact matches. It's crazy we don't the digital exclusives don't really push too much weight to. That'd be something the committee should probably start taking a look at, because there's a lot of guys grinding and winning digital exclusive matches as well that probably aren't getting proper love from the countdown.
Yeah,
I'm just very disgruntled with this. Is a very disrespectful power rankings in my committee, in my opinion. Yeah, and how of anything, if we're gonna have everybody involved in the Eddie Edwards PCO Kenny King segment, the guy that's supposed to have been, the focal point of it, really, Eddie Edwards. How is he not even? Oh wait, they're tied. How is he tied?
Number 7, because I think
we haven't gotten there yet.
They were they were together, and I actually have no problem with the two guys that committed the crime being ahead of the guy that I think survived the attempted murder in PCO, which just goes to show you that how over he is, that usually when someone gets taken out, they're not anywhere near the rankings. But I think the people know the storyline is not done, so I think that's why he's number 8.
I think Kenny King honestly should be a little more higher in the rankings, just because now we know that it was him who ran over PCO or hit PCO with the car, and the committee rewards violent acts to other people. So for that right there, Kenny King should be number 1.
Well, the company, I think the company believes in him. Also, I'm on record saying Kenny King will be the next digital media champion. So I think big things are coming for Kenny King. Like we keep saying, this is his best he's ever been in his Impact run. You know what I mean? I hope they can sign him for longer than he signed. I think he's signed a 1-year extension. I would try to, lock him down. You know what I mean?
As long as he keeps showing up on the power rankings.
Okay, so first off, to go back to your point with Steve Maclin, did Steve Maclin really cost Josh the match, or did Josh get distracted? Because remember, Steve Maclin said he wants to make sure Josh Alexander stays healthy. So he was just going out there making sure Josh stays healthy. Is it his fault that Josh focused on him instead of focusing on his match?
It's Josh's fault.
Exactly.
Well, that's why he's number 4, and you know what I mean. Well, and he should be lower, but I can't think of I don't know the exact reason why Steve Maclin's number 1, but it doesn't bother me too much. But I am okay with it, with Lucha not liking it. So
yeah, okay. And to go to your point, I guess the committee doesn't care that PCO was pretty almost murdered here, and they revealed it was Kenny KING King who was behind the car, or are we just assuming it was Kenny KING King?
It's implied.
Okay, I thought it was revealed. Okay, because I was like, I don't remember them being revealed. All right, so
I don't know how the fuck the Spanish announce team, the SATs, weren't on the top 10. Like, they're a wonderful 3-man act.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So, like you guys were saying, Eddie Edwards and Kenny KING King being above PCO makes sense. They're trying to destroy PCO, and they did beat him down together. So I don't have a problem with them being ahead of PCO. Now I do question. Don't get me wrong. I like Joe Hendry. I believe in Joe Hendry. Okay, I believe in 252 pounds of pure motivation.
Talk your shit.
But I mean, he had a hilarious backstage segment with Santina Morella and Dirty Dango, and yet he's number 10, I mean, like I said, don't get me wrong. I am a fan of Joe Hendry, but he was just in that backstage segment. Which do you feel that warrants him be number 10? Because, I mean, there was a lot of people who had backstage segments. So what made Joe Hendry be number 10 over anybody else who was involved in a backstage segment? Is it because he's a digital media champion?
I have a question, because technically I don't know who took the pin, but where's Frankie Kazarian and Rich Swann?
In Loserville, where they belong.
But why is Josh on there though? Why weren't they ranked? They were on his team. We got Gresham and Bailey who were on there at number 5. They're, you know what I mean? They're on there. They won as a team. But we got Eddie Edwards and Kenny King as a team. They didn't even have a match, but they attacked someone. I'm just wondering where. I know. And where's Trey Miguel? That's pretty.
Right.
Yeah, you're right. Where is Trey Miguel?
I hope he hasn't watched this week. I hope he's taking a much needed vacation. He deserves it, but I hope he hasn't watched. Because I think he's gonna. Don't be mad at me, Trey.
Take this one off, Trey. Don't. The disrespect is crazy. Is disrespectful.
So yeah, I would put Trey. And as far as Joe Hendry, I just think why he's still over just me. Maybe the committee wants to see more of him, because right now he's just kind of like a mid-card comedy act, more so. Like they're not establishing any big feuds for him. Like the Brian Myers thing is kind of getting a little old with him. I want to see, and also too, I think Joe Hendry they need to start maybe kind of. I think he's already over I think he's already outgrew the digital media belt. I think they need to start getting him ready to be a main eventer, because I think everyone would agree that Joe Hendry's a main eventer. I think he has a main event heel written all over him. But right now there's too many. I think there's more heels than faces right now. So I think that right now. That's why, because to me, Joe Hendry doesn't feel like a babyface. When the whole thing feels very sarcastic, his whole promo, you know what I mean? The fans love to but he could easily be a heel. So I think the committee wants to see more from him.
What if he challenges? What if after dropping the digital media title, he goes after Trey Miguel?
I don't think the X divisions we're going to see Joe Hendry. I don't think that that's his style of a match. It doesn't have to be doing flips and stuff, but he doesn't work that kind of match.
Okay, makes sense. All right, so last one, number 5, Jonathan Gresham and Mike Bailey teaming up once again to get a big victory over DK, Black Taurus and Crazy Steve. And honestly, they killed it as a tag team. They're a really amazing tag team. I mean, did you guys see or notice the way Jonathan Gresham protected Mike Bailey in that match? Every time they came for Mike Bailey, Jonathan Gresham was right there waiting to protect him. So I actually really like that. And I would not mind if they actually do become a tag team and go, at some point become tag team champions. They're facing each other again at Sacrifice. So, Jonathan Gresham got the win over Mike Bailey. It'd be interesting to see if Mike Bailey gets the win over Jonathan Gresham this time around.
I do. This is quietly one of the best kind of like rivalries in Impact right now. That they kind of have like, just like a who's a bet. Like it's about who's better, and I definitely could see them being a tag team and being tag team champions. Just one of those situations where they put two guys together in a feud, but then after a while they just grow to respect each other so much that they form a team. So yeah, I'm fine with them at number 5. I think that's actually where the committee got it right the most this week, with them at number 5.
Yeah, I'm fine with them being number 5 too.
Yeah, I got nothing on it.
All right, I think we covered everything here. Does anybody have any last comments that they want to say about the rankings before we get ready to sign off?
Yeah, where will the Coven be next week? Let's see. Because like I said, when things are new, everyone likes the new, but they want that new. You know what I mean? But do they have staying power? Are they gonna last? I think they'll be here just because we say it, champions carry weight. But that doesn't guarantee you an automatic bid. We are in March Madness, another battle. That doesn't give them an automatic bid just because you're champion. So let's see where they are next week.
And I want to see where Team Josh Alexander lands after Sacrifice, because like we saw this past week on Impact, Team Josh lost. And it'd be very interesting to see if they lose, where they are on the power rankings, and if the rest of the group is going to be ranked, because as we saw, only Josh made the rankings, but Frankie Kazarian and Rich Swann got the boot.
I kind of see them losing, to be honest, but that's just me. And I see Kushida pinning Josh to set up their match at Multiverse United. So that's just what I see happening.
I disagree. I don't think Kushida's going to pin Josh. I don't think Josh is getting pinned at all, because if somebody pins Josh before Rebellion, you take the rub or the shine away from Steve Maclin doing it at Rebellion.
That's a month. People forget things that happen in a day. Rebellion's a whole nother month. Josh just lost. Didn't take. I don't think that one pin is not a million pins. This is like people don't know the definition of buried anymore. You know what I mean? Like one, and again, taking a pin from Kushida. The last time I checked, Kushida is not some scrub. Okay, he's a legend. Okay, I'm not saying it's gonna happen, but I have no problem with him taking the pin to set up their match. You have to make Kushida look strong. Otherwise, if the match against Kushida and Josh, why do I care if Josh beats him? You know what I mean? I want to go into the match not knowing if Josh is going to win or not. I don't want every match just to be an automatic dub.
Now that you said that, I definitely do think Team Josh is losing. You definitely want to have Kushida keep momentum going into Multiverse United.
If anything, I don't want to see Rich take the pin, because Rich has been taking too many pins lately. And just because they are against big top people, we're trying to rebuild Rich into to be a world champion again one day. So I would have Kazarian take the pin. Him taking a pin, he's already established as one of the best in Impact of all time. So him taking a pin is fine.
Lucha, you have anything to say?
No, nothing at all.
Alrighty, well, I guess that covers everything, you guys. You guys are awesome. So make sure you guys check out other content such as LL TNAIW. I know right now Talking Bloody Nonsense is on hiatus, but feel free to go back and watch old episodes of Talking Bloody Nonsense. That way you guys are all caught up when the show returns. And of course, make sure you watch The Big Show live on Twitch. Where is the big show? The big bad show tonight.
What a great song that is.
And the remix. Well, it's the big show. There's a big show.
Which is live every Sunday at 8 Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific over on Twitch.
Don't forget 6 p.m. Mountain Time and 7 p.m. Central.
Oh,
we have fans in the Central and Mountain time zones, so don't forget about them.
Burt shouting out all the rest of the time zones. Yeah, exactly, at those times. And we'll see you guys next week. Bye.